Hello, my darlings. Doing a Trump reading. What's happening with Trump after that recording was released by Bob Woodward? And apparently these weren't done in the White House. Oh, he had an initial session in the White House and all that. After that, Trump called Woodward late at night, and these phone sessions took place late at night, and nobody knew about them. None of his, aides or anything knew to say, sir, I don't think this is a good idea. So, in addition to slipping that he knew how bad coronavirus was, he also let slip a few things like that the US has a weapon system, the most advanced weapon system yet, which, as Rachel Maddow pointed out, oh great, now, other countries are going to work on upgrading, getting more advanced in their weapon systems. He's just set off a new arms race. Anyway, so that book is going to be salacious, and if you want someone who's easy to read, Bob Woodward is definitely that. Okay, so let's have a look what's happening in Trump world at the moment. Oh, and he's caught it all. What is it? I can't remember the term he used. It's not worth it. You'll hear the washing machine in the background. Sorry guys, I can't really stop it. So, what's going on in Trump's head? That's bad shuffling. What's going on in Trump's head? Today, this morning your time, after the release of that tape. Somebody get me through this latest disaster of his own making. Honestly. War of Wands first. Lack of celebration, just, nothing good. Moving out and arguments. I'll tell you what, this is just, what the hell were you thinking? So, moving out and arguments. Not a happy home in the White House at the moment. What's his current? He's sitting pretty hard. It's like, but I'm still the president. I'm still autonomous. I can still do what I want. Yeah, not for much longer. He doesn't listen to people. They will shut him down, I think. So it's just... he's very, he's still feeling like he's got full control over the situation. That's how he's feeling, and this is influencing every decision he makes. What's above all this? What's a Knight of Wands reversed? And it's like chaos. He's a chaotic person. That's it. A chaotic person. And, late at night he thinks, I'll call Bob Woodward. He's going to record all my phone calls. But I've got to call him and talk. I've got to talk. He can't help himself. He has to hear the sound of his own voice. So, this is the Knight of Wands. I'll just push things back a little bit further here. Okay. What's his immediate future with regard to these dates? The King of Cups are overindulging. No, not really. The King of Cups, Biden, is just, Biden's already blasted him. he's torn him a new one already. That's what's in his immediate future, continual blasting about this, and not only the coronavirus bit, but the bit about the weapons system blasting from here to eternity by Biden. He's not going to shut up about it. All he's going to hear is Biden said this and Biden said that and Biden said this. What's at the base of it all? Justice. He wanted to talk to me, so I was justified in saying all these things. And, you know, what's happening to him now? One of the things with justice, cause and effect. He spoke to Bob Woodward. The effect is Bob Woodward wrote his book, and then he's released the tapes to prove what he said. And he didn't just take Trump's word for it, he followed up with other people, especially about the weapon system. He got confirmation that, yeah, a weapon system did it. Cause and effect. Well, at the base of this for him at the moment is just cause and effect. He opened his yap. Yap. Apparently he was saying things like, oh, you wrote a bad book on, you know, you wrote a terrible book about Trump. Or no, not Trump, Bush, but you know, you're not going to write a bad book about me because this will be a much better book. He basically, you know, saying please write nice things about me. Past actions and their consequences. He is so embattled at the moment, and paranoia. He's yeah, but this isn't. It's supposed to say he's not standing on his own anymore because isolation ends. But in this case, it's paranoia, his own paranoia. He's got to talk about things and get his point of view across because he's so paranoid about people writing bad books about him that he had to get his own point of view across. That's why he kept making these phone calls and trying to talk, show Bob, see what a wonderful person. I played it down, and I still prefer to play it down because I don't want people to panic. Absolute bull dust, you know. Cause and effect, him not being able to shut up because he was paranoid about a bad book being written about him. He should be used to it by now. What's the next step for Trump? Knight of Pentacles. He's going to try and stop the publication of the book. He might even say, oh, look, you know, all these conversations fall under executive privilege. They don't. We all know he's just gonna try and stop it in the courts, you know. Yeah, he's gonna try and stop it in the courts. Will he succeed? Ace of Wands. It's some bright ideas. He's got some bright ideas. He's going to try and stop it. And the release of these tapes and the Lovers. He's going to try and, he's going to try and stop the book being released. But I don't think that's going to work. He is going to try and stop it, but claiming something like executive privilege or whatever, it's all bull dust. He can't stop it. It was on the record. I'm sure Woodward would have told him that he was being recorded, or maybe, I don't know where Woodward is, but maybe there's a one-person consent law where he didn't have to tell him. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this is what Trump's going to do next. He's going to try and stop the book. Yeah. Get me out of here. Get me through this. What an idiot. I mean, honestly. Reporters. Nothing is off the record with reporters. You know? yes, they can say, yes, I'll keep it anonymous. I'll cite you as anonymous, but nothing's off the record with them, and you shouldn't, you know, believe that they are. So Trumpy dumps, yeah. What is going to be the wider consequences of this tape being released and other bits of the conversation being released? What is going to be the consequences of the release of these tapes? The wider consequences, not just with the coronavirus bit, but also the bit about him talking about weapons system, which he shouldn't have been talking about to a civilian journalist. What's going to be the wider consequences of all that? I'm going to do a cross on that. Let's find out. Page of Swords. Spy! 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 People yelling. What's going to be the wider consequences of these tapes for Trump? Oh, again, here we have it. Move, a change of residence, and fighting in the family. Yeah, arguments, and change of residence. There it is again. So, here's Trump. 9 of Cups. Nothing going right. Where? He's immediately going to go and look at the polls and stuff, looking for quick results. And yeah, a hit job. That's what he called it. A hit job. Political hit job. What's his challenge? Oh, 3 of Wands. There's going to be more stuff coming out. Reap what you sow, buddy. This is the 3 of Wands, but it's reversed. So it's definitely not a good thing. There's going to be, it's going to set him back. It's going to set him back. Definitely. And he's got to get around that. Is that the base of the reading for him? He's going to try and manipulate things. He's going to try and manipulate it. He's going to try and manipulate it. Yeah. His past actions. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. This is going, the result of his past actions here, it's going to just, for a lot of people who were still inclined to vote for him, not his core, but those were still inclined to vote for him, that's the end. Every illusion is shattered. Every illusion they told themselves, they can no longer justify it anymore. It's all been shattered. It's all been... There we go, that's better. You get more of the mat there. It's all been shattered. Everything. It's all been shattered. And, yeah, they can't even justify it to themselves anymore. Let alone their family. Not so much the nuclear stuff, but the coronavirus. They just can't do it. Thank you. Oh, there's my other glasses. They just can't do it anymore. This is the result of his past actions or shattered illusions for a lot of people who were still on the fence about voting. You know, still, yeah, we might give him a second chance. You know, now, what's above us, below the star? Hope. Manipulation. Now we're looking at the wider consequences of this. It is raising hope in the Democrats. People are looking to, a lot of people are going to be looking at the Democrats as their only hope of this virus being resolved, of things happening and lives being saved. They can't count on Trump anymore. They can't count on his manipulation and lies. They're looking with hope elsewhere. That's what's above him. His immediate future. 8 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So it's, yeah, look at this. She's so focused. She's so focused on what she's doing. She's not seeing the fog creeping in around her. And, you know, it's, yeah. Can't focus. It's a bit of a fog. And he's got a lot of repair work to do ahead of him. He's got to do extra repair work now. Got to work extra hard, and that's just not in his nature. He's got to prepare, and is he going to be able to? I don't know. I'll have a look at that in a little bit. What's in his immediate environment? Temperance, yeah, temperance, reverse temperance. Chaos, excess. He's probably not going to be able to sleep. Everything's going to seem upside down. He's certainly going to create a lot of trouble for those around him. Can just see him, you know, everyone walking on eggshells around him. He just, yeah. And everyone around him feeling like he's going to be out of control. And all that's in his environment. And, you know, everyone working around him is like, what do other people see? Yep. Fallen Knight. That's it. All they're seeing is the person who put themselves forward as somebody they weren't. The romanticized version. They voted for the romanticized person that they saw on The Apprentice. On The Apprentice. But what they got was the real version, the nasty version. And the scales are falling from a lot of people's eyes, and they're finally seeing him. It's taken them ages, because fans of him for years, followed him for years and years. I'm sorry, but for all those people, it's shattering to have, you know, having illusions shattered like that is just awful. But he was a game show host. Never served a day of public service in his life. Did they really think he could solve things? What are his hopes and fears? He hopes that this conflict is going to be cut off fairly soon, that there's not going to be a lot of conflict around this for him, and that there's not going to be a lot of arguments happening around him and how this has got to be solved and how that's got to be solved. But he fears it's just not going to be able to happen. It's, yeah, you know, he's hoping that all this can be resolved, but it's not. It's going to be disharmony and everything. Surprisingly, this is a good way for this card to come up. It means problems resolved, conflicts resolved, but it hasn't come up that way. It's come up this way. Conflict and problems more arising out of things. What's the outcome for him on this? 8 of Cups reversed. returning home. Returning home. But not the home he wants to be in. Returning home. Returning to his past. Let's have a look. Is this him? 10 of Wands, burden. Freedom, freedom from his office, returning home, freedom from the office. Let's get this. Let's clarify this. Let's clarify the 8 of Pentacles. Reverse. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Having to do a lot of repair work. Lacking focus. I think he honestly thought that Bob Woodward wouldn't use any of it. I think he really did. Let's have a look. In his immediate future. Sorry. That's no reversals in this deck. 9 of Wands. He's going to be really embattled in the near future, in his immediate future. He's going to have to get together and work with people. I was just looking what's going to happen here, and this flipped out. Return to an earlier time. Is this going to push him to resign? This is not, I mean, he's probably thinking about resigning. This is the wider consequences of the release of these tapes. It might force him to resign, but he wants he's too scared not to do it. To do that, he's too scared of what'll happen. Four of Wands. Homecoming. Homecoming. Seven of Swords. Sneaking away. Before this, as much as I would have liked to say, yeah, he's going to resign and slink off, I never really believed he did, which is, you know. But this might just be too much. Talking to people, being in battle, talking to people, trying to repair things. Is he going to be able to repair things? Ace of Swords. Truth, because the truth has come out. The outcome for him might be, and because they're minor arcana too, they're not major arcana, it's sooner rather than later. You know, it's not that long in the distance. I don't see him having the guts to resign, but maybe he's forced to. I don't know. That's a possibility. Let's have a look at that. I don't have a lot of time left, so we'll have a look at that. Use a different deck. Got the Greenwich Tarot deck here. As I said, I'm not very good at this, but I don't like bending the cards up and all that sort of stuff either, which is probably why I'm not that good at it. But you know, it's just, it'll mix things up a bit more. So let's have a look at will the Republicans force him to resign? I can't see it. Will he be forced to resign? Will Trump be forced to resign? Let's have a look. Well, I'll use the bridge. I really like this layout. So, will Trump be forced to resign because of the Woodward tapes? That's what I'm calling them, the Woodward tapes. Will Trump be forced to resign because of the Woodward tapes? Homecoming. There's the Four of Wands again. There's no reversals in this, so we'll have to wait and see what the rest of the thing says. So, current energy of the issue. Ace of Athames, that's the Ace of Swords. The truth come out. The truth come out. New ideas. Now, this could be a new idea with the Republicans, saying he's got to go, he's got to go. We have no chance if he stays. So this could be a new idea that's, well, you know, being touted and causing a bit of conflict in the Republican Party. So, yeah, bit of conflict, and by this idea that's being touted again. The heart of the matter. Queen of Challenges, Queen of Cups. The heart of the matter is that they have an unstable president who cannot be trusted to keep his mouth shut. He has addiction issues. He's got to be medicated just to get sleep, probably. You know? Challenge to consider. The challenge to consider. The King of Pentacles. Is he going to want to go? He's not going to want to go. But the challenge to consider is that they need a practical person. The good side of the King of Pentacles is that they're a solid, practical, resourceful person who can be a real steadying influence. The challenge to consider is finding somebody who can steady the ship for the Republicans, and I don't think that Mike Pence is that person. Someone who can steady the ship. You know, one of the things with the King of Pentacles is a wise investor, and that certainly isn't Trump. Incoming change. Eight of Wands. Oh, if this happens, it's going to happen quickly, and it's going to be a movement away, moving residence, speedy action. news. Likely outcome or result. Change of fortune. Change of fortune. A turning point. It'll be a gamble. It will be a gamble. A change of fortune for somebody, and it'll be a gamble that they're taking. I think looking at that is probably the reverse meaning again, which he had 2 reverse 4 of wands before, you know, moving out, fighting, disharmony. Let's put some clarifiers on that. Is the King of Wands the need to find somebody new? Is this somebody to replace Trump? Is that the challenge to consider, finding somebody to replace Trump? Justice. That's a maybe card in the yes, no, maybes and all that. But they'd be justified in doing it. Crap shuffle. Well, that's why I shuffle a bit. Star. Yep. The Star. Finding a new balance. Finding somebody new who can inspire the party. Because he's not inspiring the rank and file. In fact, a lot of the rank and file are just moving away. I don't know how many, more and more and more on YouTube, I'm seeing more and more and more of these ads from Republican voters against Trump. More and more and more. Is this going to happen? The incoming change is going to happen quickly. What is the incoming change? It's going to happen quickly, and what is the incoming change? Finding someone stronger. Oh, there's 2 there. Queen of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. Stuff's going to come out about campaign finance money. You know, a lot of it's just gone. They don't know where it's been spent. Trump diverted it to his own family and stuff. Okay, likely outcome or result: a change of fortune for someone and a gamble on by the Republican Party. Will they replace Trump? 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands. There's some conflict because he's still got support within the gamble, completion of one journey. I think there's going to be a little bit of what does Lena say, argy-bargy. I think there's going to be a little bit of lively conversation around it. Because it's a gamble. It's a gamble if they keep him. And it's a gamble if they replace him. Because even if they replace him, some of the people who have turned away from the Republican Party and are supporting Biden, will they go back and support this, whoever they replace him with? But it's definitely the end of a journey. That is really interesting. I wonder, I'll ask one more question. If he resigns, Pence has to take over. Will they say if you resign now, Pence will pardon you of anything federal, everything federal? It'll be sickening. You can't do anything about the state stuff. Have they offered him, are they going to offer him a pardon by Pence if he resigns? Are they going to offer him a pardon? Are they going to offer him a pardon? The Earth Mother, the Empress. Basically, America will forgive you. That means not so much America, but the representative of America will forgive you. I think that might answer the question. The current energy, Two of Wands, they're planning it. They're planning it. The heart of the matter. This is a critical decision and they're going to have to make it, and soon. What's the challenge to consider? Ten of Pentacles. Trump and his family. This is interesting. Trump and Ivanka and Don Jr. and all their money. And Eric, how they're looking down on Eric like, what do you call it? Fondly, like, oh, isn't he sweet? Bless his heart. It's a little girl, I know, but still. Challenge to consider. Getting all of them out. Incoming change. Nine of Swords. Anxiety. Lots and lots of anxiety. Likely outcome or result. And I ask, are they going to offer him a pardon? The Wild Hunt. The Tower. Kaboosh. Kabammy. Everything falling apart. Oh. The whole idea is going to fall apart for some reason. What's going on with this? The Emperor's not sleeping. Likely outcome or result. Seven of Wands. Now he's going to stand his ground. He's going to take them all down with him. he's going to say, nope, I won't take it. Double check that. Put those cards back in. The Emperor is just causing them more anxiety. Six of Swords, they just want to get through this. They just want to get through this. Oops, 2. 9 of Swords, here's that again. Anxiety, the Tower, 2 of Cups, make a deal. If they make that deal and he does take it, it's not going to help the Republican Party because it's going to bring everything on the party of Trump. On the party of Trump. It's not going to help them. So, my darlings, that's my reading. I will put this together and set it to upload. Love you all very much. I will talk to you later. And, oh, this Sunday morning, I won't be doing live broadcasts. I will be out. I will not be here. So I will probably do it Monday morning. Okay, anyway, went to put that one into this week. Love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Oh, I was trying to use the mouse to turn off the phone.